Well, math 151, the function f of x equals 1 over square root of 2 pi e to the power of minus x minus c quantity squared all over 2b squared. Let me fix that. This is a b right here. Defines the Gaussian distribution if c equals 17, b equals 22. Find x values where there is an inflection point. And there is a nice graph also coming with this question in WAMAP. This is the famous bell-shaped curve that used almost, most of the time in statistics. And so we do want to find the inflection. The value of C is given to us. The value of B is given to us. We don't, for this course, we don't care what B is, what C is. C is, right, the C is a horizontal value, which is right on the middle of the curve. And anyways, to find inflection points, we have to take the second derivative, set it equal to 0, and solve. So let's just go ahead and do that. Going to the next page, we started with f of x equals 1 over square root of 2 pi. Notice this is a constant. I don't have anything to do with it. So for the first derivative, all I have to do is take the derivative of e to the power of x minus c quantity squared all over 2b squared, and there's a negative in there. All right, so f prime of x equals 1 over square root of 2 pi is a constant. I'm going to just keep it outside. The derivative of e to anything is itself. So this is e to the power of minus x minus c to the second power all over 2b squared. Now I have to multiply that by the derivative of the power. So I have to multiply that by minus c minus x minus c squared all over 2b. I'm going to multiply that by the derivative of the power. So I'm going to just find out what's the derivative of the power separately. If I were, notice that this power right here, this power, I can rewrite this as minus 1 over 2b squared x minus c squared. And if I want to take the derivative of that, well, this part right here is a constant. So minus 1 over 2b squared. And then for this part, I'm going to have 2 times x minus c to the power of 1 times the derivative inside, which is a 2. Now, if I cancel out this 2 with this 2, I'm going to be left with minus x minus c all over b squared. So let me go to the next page. Let me go to the next page. And so now I have f prime of x equals 1 over 2 pi, and that is under square root e to the minus x minus c squared all over b squared. And we said that the derivative of the power is minus x minus c over b squared. So now I can rewrite this as f prime of x equals, in the denominator, I would have b squared times square root of 2 pi. On the numerator, I have minus x minus c, and then times e to the minus x minus c squared all over 2b squared. Now to take the second derivative, notice that this part right here is constant. So I'm going to rewrite this as f prime of x equals minus 1 over b squared square root of 2 pi times x minus c times e to the minus x minus c quantity squared all over 2b squared. So now I'm going to go ahead and keep this constant out, and using product rule, find the second derivative. Let me go ahead and go to the next page. So I will have f double prime of x equals, here's my constant in front, b squared times square root of 2 pi. And then I'm going to have derivative of first one, which is e. Derivative of first part, x minus c is just 1. And 1 times e to that power is, let me just fix this just a little bit, give myself, save as much room as possible. So 1 times e to the power of minus x minus c squared all over 2b squared. And then x plus x minus c untouched times derivative of e to the anything, just like last time, is x minus c to the squared over 2b squared times the derivative of top. That we did it separately, and it was minus x minus c over b squared. Okay. And now let's rewrite this, and let's see. Let's factor e to this power out. So I'm going to have f double prime of x equals minus 1 over b squared over 2 pi. I'm going to go ahead and put it in parentheses. I'm going to go ahead and factor out e to the minus x minus c squared over 2b squared. And then I'm going to have 1 plus minus x minus c over b squared over b squared. Now I'm going to set f double prime equals 0. The first part produces no real answer. The second part produces no real answer. There's no way you can make e to the any power equals 0. So the third part is my only chance. I'm going to go to the next page, and I'm going to have 1 plus minus x minus c quantity squared over b squared equal 0. Okay, so now this is the same as saying 1 equal, well, actually b squared equal, let me do one more baby step. So if I say 1 equal, taking it to the other side becomes positive over b squared. So now I have x minus c quantity squared equals b squared. And I'm going to go ahead and plug it in the numbers. We were told that that c is 17 and that b is 2.2. Okay, going to the next page. We have x minus 17 squared equals 2.2 squared. Now I have to be careful. If I take the square root of both sides, I will get x minus 17 equals plus and minus 2.2. So x equals 17 plus and minus 2.2, and that gives me two answers. 17 minus 2.2 is 14.8. 17 plus 2.2 is 19.2. Okay, I hope you like this explanation.